Hey guys, Steph here. I'm the Secret Slob. How are you doing? We are on week 2 of our zone cleaning. So I'm just getting started with zone cleaning. If you're just getting used to this 15-minute little super hustle in our zone, welcome. I'm so glad you're joining me. I'm finding this is making a huge difference, and it's something I'm actually starting to look forward to, which is crazy because if you had told me a year ago that I'd look forward to cleaning, I probably would have just laughed in your face. Anyways, here we are, last day in zone 2. Here is my list. So I've gotten through my fridge, freezer, microwave, knickknacks, and cabinet fronts. And now I'm on to stove and oven. And if I have time, the next thing on the list is the vent hood, which is pretty greasy, so that's good. I hope I get to that. And then under the sink. So far, I've been doing all my zone cleaning in the afternoon when my kids are asleep, but it is a beautiful day out, and I know for a fact that I'm gonna wanna go do something in the afternoon outside, like sit on my deck and read a book. So I'm gonna do my zone cleaning right now. My kids are playing. Hopefully they will keep each other company and keep each other happy for the next 15 minutes, and I'll be able to get this done. So 15 minutes on the clock, here I go. So the first thing on my list is my stove and oven, and I don't know how you feel about cleaning your stove and oven, but for me it is like one of my dreaded tasks. So I'm just going to tackle it as hard as I can in the 15 minutes. I started by wiping the top off with my regular solution of vinegar water spray, and then it wasn't really coming clean, so I added the baking soda on top. Next, I took the knobs right off the stove and I just threw them into a sink full of soapy water to soak. You know, why as well make the water do the job so I don't have to sit there and scrub them. So then I just scrubbed the whole front of the stove with just my water vinegar spray, and then when I pulled the drawer out, I noticed there was a lot of crumbs and things, so I just grabbed my vacuum and vacuumed out the bottom drawer of the oven. I like to make things easy for myself, so that's what I did, because otherwise I would have had to pick all those little pieces out. Then I grabbed my spray bottle and I'm just wiping the inside out, and that's when I noticed my spray bottle wasn't working. I think the pump action has just had enough little pumps in the 2 years I've been using that bottle. So I grabbed my other bottle that I don't like, and here I am trying to kind of double team this stove with 2 different spray bottles. It was kind of a disaster, and I was getting really frustrated because, you know, I'm only taking 15 minutes to clean. I want to get as much done as possible. I don't want to have to worry about things not working. So I'm definitely going to go buy myself a new spray bottle this weekend and just kiss that old one goodbye. So there's my second spray bottle, which still wasn't working great. Then you can see I'm pulling my oven liner out of the oven. This is a little gadget my sister bought for me, and she is obsessed with gadgets, and normally we kind of make fun of her about it, but this is something I would wholeheartedly recommend to everyone because it's just a heat-proof little oven liner thing. You pull it right out and the bottom of the oven stays perfectly clear, and then that little liner just wipes clean with water. It's super simple and saved me a ton of time because if you've ever had to scrub the inside of an oven, it is the worst job ever. I'll ask my sister what the little liner was called. I can't remember, but she probably knows, and I'll link to it below if she remembers. So then I just am finishing up scrubbing the top of my stove with the baking soda, and one thing I do notice is that it does leave a bit of a residue, and you have to wipe it quite a few times to get that off. But it's not a big deal, and it does a really good job of getting your stovetop nice and shiny. If you have the little tray inserts, one thing I recommend, I used to have that stove, is just right at the beginning of cleaning your stove, throw them in a sink full of hot soapy water so they can soak and the water does the work that you don't have to do. So I'm just finishing shining that up, and I'm going to head up to do my hood vent. So this, if you haven't had a look at your hood vent recently, get up there and have a look. It always will have like grease from what you cook and then little dust particles that settle on it. It's super gross, but once you give it a wipe, it'll look brand new and so awesome. I still just use my water vinegar spray up there on the greasy top of the hood vent. It works great. And then I went underneath just to clear any food. So that's another place to check, is underneath your hood vent. Even if you have one that's underneath cupboards, there's always little bits of food and grease, so definitely give that a wipe. The last thing on my list, and I have a minute and a half to do it, is under the sink. So I'm going to just tackle this one drawer, kind of cupboard drawer that I have underneath my sink. I'm going to use my vacuum again because, hey, I already have it out and there's tons of little dried bits of food and garbage down there. So I vacuumed them out, gave this cupboard a wipe. The inside was super dirty. This is where we throw all of our garbage. This is where I keep my garbage can, and it is dirty down there. So I was so glad to get this done, put a brand new garbage bag in, and I was finished. Okay, so that didn't go very well. My spray bottle broke, then my other spray bottle, which I don't like to use, wasn't working because, anyways, it didn't go great, but it's done. It's done for the day, and I did it in the morning. It's the morning now, so I get to spend the whole afternoon with my kids, which is awesome. I think it's one of those times that it's important for me to remember my little mantra that I learned from the Fly Lady system, that is, good enough is good enough. Do not let perfection get in the way of progress. So, things didn't go my way today. I didn't, move really fast like I like to, and some of my stuff wasn't working, but I did make progress. So looking back on it, it went pretty well, and I at least got some things accomplished, more than I would have got done 2 weeks ago before I even started zone cleaning. So give myself a break, give yourself a break if things didn't go your way this week or today or this month. You can only do what you can do in the time that you have to do it. Happy week 2. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. I hope you got a lot done in zone 2 and you take the weekend off, put your feet up and do something with your family, or just do something that you love to do. I will see you next week for zone 3. Bye.